Project 3-4 covers the two most popular text editors installed in Unix and Linux. You have VI or Vim. They're normally both installed into modern Unix and Linux systems. They operate in two modes. One is a command mode that you can save files. The other mode is text entry, where you can actually use the text editor and write a letter. Basics you need to know. The letter I takes you from command mode into insert mode, where you can type, delete, and make changes to text. The escape key is used to take you back to command mode. The bare minimum you need to know at the command mode is typing a colon and WQ will write and quit the file. The letters have to be typed in that order. You cannot QW, that would be trying to quit before you write the file. That's not possible. The other bare minimum to know, a colon, Q, and an exclamation point will quit without saving. Maybe you've made a really bad mistake and you don't want to save. So colon, Q, exclamation point. Let's go and jump into the lab and practice this very important editor. You'll use this in other classes in this degree program. Log into your Oracle Linux TTY5 terminal as root. Then type pwd. Verify that /root is displayed. Now we'll use the VI text editor. Type VI space sample1. This will create a new file. At the prompt, it has us type my letter. We have some questions. Why was nothing displayed on the screen? The VI editor is in command mode. It's only accepting commands, not text entry at this time. From the PowerPoint, we must hit I to enter insert mode. Notice after pressing I, at the bottom left of the screen, insert appears. Try typing my letter again. If you notice, it types at the top. Press escape. What happened? The cursor moved over a little bit to the left. We're now in command mode. Press the left arrow key 2 times until it is under the last T in letter. Press X. X is a command for deleting in VI. Notice the T disappeared. Now type I to go into insert mode. Notice insert in the bottom left. Type the letter H. So the letter H was inserted. Now move the cursor to the end of the line using the right arrow key. Notice it is blinking after the R. Press enter. Now type the following. Notice I typed the entire line without pressing enter. And this can be difficult when looking at a file within the VI editor, because this is a single line. It's just being word wrapped on the screen. Now let's press the escape key. If I press the up arrow key, where does it take me? It takes me to the end of the my leather line. Now it wants to use the up down arrow keys, left and right keys to put the blinking cursor under the word level. So I will go down 1. Notice it takes me to the end. I have to use my right arrow key and hold it down until it gets to the L on level. Now I'll press I to enter insert mode, and I will press enter. Now I'll press escape. press the up arrow key. Notice it takes me up one line and not to the top line. Now it wants us to delete when we're in command mode. Typing DD on the keyboard deletes a line. If we do this 3 times, it will delete all 3 lines in the file. You'll want to press I to enter insert mode and type the letter in step 7, using enter as you get to the end of each line, and double enters so you can have double spaces between the paragraphs. It should look like mine on the screen when you're done. Once you finish typing, compare yours to the screen here. It should look the same. We'll use the escape key. We'll type a colon. Notice in the bottom of the screen, you see the colon prompt opens. And then we'll type W and press enter. This saves the file, but keeps the VI editor open. What's displayed at the bottom? It says sample 1 has been written. That means it has been saved to the disk. Now let's try to quit the program. We're still in command mode, so hit colon. It opens up a command prompt at the bottom, and Q. Now press enter. This exits the VI editor. Let's type ls and press enter. Do you see the sample 1 file listed? At this point, take a screenshot of your entire Oracle Linux screen. Save it because there will be multiple submissions for this assignment. Once you have your screenshot saved, we'll move on. Also, as a note, the files created in this lab will be used several times throughout the course. Now let's figure out what type of file we created. Type file sample1 and press enter. It should be an ASCII text file, and it is. Try the command from the last project, cat, followed by sample1. It displays the text file to the screen. Let's edit the file again by using VI and sample1. Now, use the cursor keys to navigate to the bottom of the file. Use a colon. Type exclamation point, date. Press enter. Notice the date is shown on the screen. Press enter as prompted. Nothing was inserted. Now let's try it again. Use colon, type the letter R, space, then exclamation point, date. This is going to insert the date into the text file. Press enter. Let's copy the line. The cursor should be at the date. Tap the Y key twice on the keyboard. This yanks the line into the buffer. Use the cursor key to go to the first line and type a capital P. This pastes the buffer. A lowercase p would have placed the date underneath. Hide there. Use the arrow keys to go back to the bottom of the file. We only want the date displayed once. Use DD to delete. Notice the line is deleted. Now we want to move our cursor to the second line in the file where it reads, "Hi there." and make the cursor blinking under the T in the word there. Press DW on the keyboard. That stood for delete word. Now press I. Change it to Bob. Press escape again. We were able to delete a word in command mode, go into insert mode, and type a new word. Let's save this as a different file name. Open a colon prompt at the bottom. Type in W space sample2. This will write to a new file name called sample2. Press enter. Notice it is prompted at the bottom that is written to sample2 instead of sample1. Press I to get into insert mode again. Type the word test. Press escape. Type in colon and Q. Press enter. What is our error? We've made a change. It's a warning. Do you really want to quit without saving? To prevent you from losing data, you have to quit in a special manner. Type a colon again. Type Q and an exclamation point. This was shown in the PowerPoint earlier. Press enter. Notice we were able to quit this time. It quit without saving the word test. At the command prompt, let's type ls. We have sample1 and sample2. They do have some slight differences. Let's use a command to find the differences in the files. Type diff f followed by sample1 space sample2 and press enter. This will show all of the lines that are different in the file. You'll want to take a screenshot of your entire Oracle Linux screen at this time and save the image for later. This is our second screenshot of this project. Continue on to edit the sample2 file again with the VI editor. Stay in command mode. Move your cursor key to where it's blinking on the line, "Hi Bob. I hope this day finds you well." Open a colon prompt. Type S/Bob. So we're going to search for Bob. Put /. Type in Barb /G. So we're going to search for Bob and replace it with Barb globally. Hit enter. What happened? It now says "Hi Barb." Let's reopen a colon prompt. Type in 1, $, space, S/2, /capital TO, /G, and press enter. Notice anywhere where it has TO, it has been replaced with an uppercase, TO. The difference in step 26 and step 27, the 1, $, told it to search and replace through the entire document instead of just on the one line. This does not look good, so use U on the keyboard for undo. Notice U took away your changes. Now let's save and quit. Open your colon prompt and type WQ and press enter. Let's create a new file, VI sample3. Go in at I to insert and type the following. Press escape when finished. Go ahead and save the file and quit. Now let's open sample 1 back up. Once you've opened up the sample 1 file, move your cursor to the bottom. Open up a colon prompt. Use the letter R and then type the sample 3 file name. Just like date, R is going to insert the contents into this file, specifically the contents of sample 3. Open a colon prompt again. Type S /flies /flies and bears /G. We're going to replace any word flies in the current line with flies and bears. Open a colon prompt again. Type in set number. Press enter. Here we have line numbers. This is very useful if you're coding. Maybe not very useful if you're writing just a letter like this. Open a colon prompt again and type set no number. This turns numbering back off. Type in colon set space all. Press enter. These are all the things that you can configure in the VI editor. After you take a glance, go ahead and use Q to quit. I like to have numbering turned on anytime I'm using VI or Vim. So in the next lab, we'll edit the global configuration file and turn on numbering. So anytime you launch VI or Vim, it will always have numbering on. Let's save this file, :WQ. Press enter. Type in ls-l to get a long listing of the files. This is your last screenshot to take. Again, screenshot the entire Oracle Linux screen, save, and submit all 3 images for this assignment.